So this is lockdown exercise vlog number 3 or 5, depending on.
Probably 5. I think it's gonna be number 5.
It wasn't definitely not filmed on the same day as Hamish.
No, we this is a totally different day, whole different week.
Yeah, it's not.
It's different snow as well.
It's not the same park.
Yeah, this is the Meadow 2. Oh look, it's organic gym stuff.
So Cameron, what have you been doing to stay sane in lockdown?
To be honest, I've started doing lots of getting into guitar modifications.
Yes, you
so
have.
I am now built up a wee workshop. I've got all the kind of basic tools, and I've just been very kindly of Stu Young, who plays bass and guitar in the Babs, basically gifted me a couple of old Squires, which I'm modding one to give to your cousin because she's learning guitar, and
you want to teach her electric because you hate
acoustic. I'm not a big fan of acoustic guitar, so I'm like, take a guitar, let's do electric stuff. And yeah, the other one I'm going to turn into a Super Strat, so it's going to be quite a lot of modifications, but I'm really excited.
Well, speaking of music, what music have you been listening to lately? So
lately, really lately actually, I've started to really get into the Eagles.
Yeah.
The reason being is because two of my favourite songs have been Lying Eyes and what's the other one? Take It Easy. They've been,
yeah, Easy. Take It Easy is a great song.
Like forever, like a long time. I've really loved the songs, but basically, I haven't really been able to get into anything else from them. It annoyed me because I'm like, I like those songs so much. Surely their back catalogue's got other stuff that's like noteworthy. Obviously Hotel California, but that's an entire exception. That's like Stairway to Heaven. You don't really count that.
No.
And actually, yeah, I found they've actually got quite a lot of good stuff in their back catalogue. And apart from that, I mean, the whole year I've been really, really getting into Bowie.
Yes.
I've just found,
as evidenced by last year.
Yeah, where I brought out an album with like two Bowie's cover on it. I like how weird this stuff is. Yeah, what I like about I've started to really grow an appreciation for albums that you don't get into immediately. So a lot of Bowie stuff is quite difficult. Would be a way to put it. It's not easy. You don't. At first you're like, what is this crap? And then if you give it a few listens, it starts to really grow on you. It's a thing I'm kind of fascinated now with music, is like how you write a song that like grows on you over time. Because there's lots of songs that are like catch you out the gate, and then give it a week and you've forgotten about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Where there's plenty of songs that there's like a lot of Bowie songs I find really cool with. You initially are like, it's kind of cool, I'm not sure what I think, and then you give it a few more listens, you go, oh, okay, yeah, I get this, and then after a while you're like, this is actually a great song, and it and then it kind of sticks with you for a while. Well, I think that's
something we found difficult to balance in our music as well.
Yeah.
You know, we like playing stuff that's interesting and weird and takes multiple listens, but we've also accepted where you have to have a 30-second soundbite that's catchy, or otherwise no one's going to listen to you.
So apologies to everybody there. We went to walk down that street, and it's a wind tunnel, and we have got a windshield on the microphone, but it's not an expensive one, so we changed our plan. But yeah, no, so that's the problem nowadays. It's like you have to play the game, and because we don't really have the funds to bring out albums at the moment, we can't release deep cuts right away. So you kind of need tracks to have a hook very quickly. But then the thing is, it's good, you can kind of take people different ways. So after you've got the hook and got them in and listening, that's when you can start playing around with things. So it does give you a little bit of freedom.
Yeah. So next question. What are you most excited for after lockdown?
Not gonna lie, it sounds bad, but literally,
I know what you're going to say.
A pint of.
I was going to say it's going to be the pub.
A pint of like lukewarm beer in a dive bar. I used to be like, oh, this beer's kind of crap and this bar's kind of shitty. But actually, right now, the idea of being in a really shitty bar that's migging with a pint of warm beer before a show is just like, it's such a sad thing to miss. But I
never thought I'd miss the day when I hear Cameron walk into a bar and ask for the cheapest pint on tap. So yeah, that's really what's your favourite? Speaking of dive bars, what's your favourite venue to play in?
So it's tough. So with 9th Degree, I think Opium is definitely up there. But yeah, so with 9th Degree, probably Opium. I love having the platform at the front you can go onto, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, ever since you got a wireless pack, you've enjoyed
like
that.
It's great, and you can do lots. You can have a bit more. You can be a bit more theatrical, which is good because I like when we can put on a show for the audience rather than just have to like, here's our songs, we play them for half an hour and then go away. So probably that, and then afterwards, I think I have to admit, from doing all the kebab stuff as well, I still can't like hide the fact that definitely Stramash ultimately. We haven't been able to get into that Stramash as a band, but yet, and then the pandemic happened, so you know that put a stop to that. But if we can get into Stramash as a band, that'd be great because it's such a good atmosphere and the crowd's just amazing. It's just a real like music lovers pub, and so it's always a great vibe.
It's also just a great venue because it's an old church.
Yeah, and the sound guy is so good as well. I don't know your name, but I've met you a few times. I've usually been a wee bit drunk, so hi sound guy.
Usually, always.
Hi sound guy from Stramash.
So, speaking of playing live, what is your favourite song from our set to play live?
You know what, I'm actually going to be... it's tough, I have quite a few. But I have to admit, it's probably going to be What I Like About You, which is what you said, but I'm going to just steal it because it's true, because I mean, what I like is it's quite easy to play, so you don't have to concentrate too hard. It gets the crowd going, and I get a decent length solo. It's completely improvised. We
also do quite a good cover of it, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, definitely better than Poison's. Sorry, Poison.
Setting the bar low.
I mean, Poison did an okay job, but it's not that great. But yeah, no, it's fun. I like playing songs that are fun and don't require an insane amount of concentration.
Is that the same as your favourite song from our set in total, or if not, which is your favourite song in our set overall?
It's really tough because I'm not gonna lie, I'm far too tall for these groups. I think my favourite song from our set, it's difficult. So because I do all the production, I hear songs way too much. I think my favourite song is probably Fade Away. I really do enjoy it. It's really tough now, me saying this as of like 7th of February or whenever it is, because I spent so much time mixing it and all the videos we put together and all the promo we've been doing. It's like, I think at this point I've heard the song a couple of 100 times.
Yeah.
So I'm really sick of it. However, I still love it. I think it's just a really good song. It's a song I'm very proud of us writing.
What things are you wanting to work on musically at the moment?
At the moment, it's actually been a lot of vocal stuff. The main one is I've been actually practicing a lot in my car, singing along to kind of tracks on Spotify and ad-libbing over the top of them. So I realised one of my big areas of weakness when it came to songwriting was trying to come up with vocal lines, because I'm not by default a singer. So I started being I've been a guitarist forever, so singing was like something I picked up in the last like 3 or 4 years. So I'd never really built the kind of improvisational side of singing, which has always made the writing songs quite hard, because I mean, like, the initial thing you have to do is just improvise a melody, like come up with a melody. And I found it's been really helpful. I'm quite good at basically, I can put on a song and just kind of lock into the key, which I never could do before. So that's something I've been really working hard on. And the next thing I'm working on is trying to sing safely with distortion. I'm starting to get the knack of it, but I still burn my throat out a wee bit, and it's just trying to get that where you're kind of closing your throat enough to kind of get the rasp going, but without kind of injuring yourself. And it's just something that I'm going to have to work on for quite a while, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so a lot of singing practice, because that's definitely something I need to. That's my main area I need to work on.
And what about outside of music? What things you're working on? I suppose technically guitar modding is outside of music. Yeah,
I mean, guitar modding. I realised that basically I'm paying between 20 and 60 quid an hour for a guitar tech, depending on who I go to, and that's a lot of money. And I like my guitars to be perfect, exactly how I like them. And I thought, rather than paying 20 quid to 60 quid an hour to go to a guitar tech, I could learn how to do it myself, so I can set them up exactly how I want to. I don't have to worry about trying to communicate that to a tech. And then outside of that, I'm in my final semester of uni. It's absolutely mental. I literally don't get a second to breathe. So yeah, I've got like 3 more months of that and then I'm free.
I suppose weirdly, that might be one thing that slightly helped, the pandemic slightly helped with, given that if we had been gigging, you'd have had a lot more stress on your hands.
Yeah, it's true, although the only thing is, it's like, the gigs have all come off, but like, because of that I've started doing work, I'm working kind of in computing and stuff as well as part-time, because I used to work in music part-time, but obviously my gigs have all been taken away, so I'm doing computer work, which is great. But the computer work uses I need to use my brain for, whereas music stuff I get to just kind of break free. So
fair.
I found that it's one thing I've been found interested in having a like technical part-time job, is it's kind of, I don't really get to switch off very much, which is why I've started going for walks.
Nice.
And kind of breaking away from kind of, everything for an hour or two.
Definitely. So what made you pick up an instrument?
So for me, it was back in, well, so I'd always been, my parents got me into classic rock as a kid. And not just classic rock, kind of like 70s and 80s and 90s music. They had a big CD collection and that's what we listened to in the car and that kind of thing. I always listened to Planet Rock as a kid, so I kind of got, you know, I spent a lot of time listening to music, and I always thought guitars were really cool. And then 2008 came along, I think it was 2008, AC/DC released Black Ice, and we went to Hamden, I think it was Hamden.
Yeah, I think Black Ice was stadium tour.
Went to Hamden to see them on their Scottish part of the tour, well, their UK leg of the world tour, and yeah, so that's a good idea. And basically, I remember watching, I remember just seeing what Angus Young was doing live, and I remember just going, that's cool. I remember when I used to get confused as well, so obviously technically the front man of a band is the singer usually, but as a kid my brain was like, nah, the front man's the guy doing the cool guitar stuff. Like that is like Angus Young being up on, like, he was like up on a rising platform in the middle of the crowd. I'm like, that's insane. I remember I think I hassled my parents for like 2 to 3 years to be like, I'd quite like to play guitar, and initially they were like, yeah, let's see if you keep like bringing it up. And I did probably every 6 months or at least a year or two, kept hassling them, and eventually like, okay, my grandma bought me a guitar. We beat up well not beat up with a new classical guitar, but from Lidl, who actually make alright classical guitars, may I just add. Hashtag not an ad. And yeah, and I've just been learning, that's kind of what got me into it. It's been hooked ever since.
No, I was saying, it's funny you mentioned Planet Rock, because that is probably my earliest memory of you. So obviously we've been friends for like what?
You were 6. You were in the rugby team and I joined when I was 6.
Yeah, that would have been 5 or 6.
Around that, yeah.
So, a long time. One of my earliest memories, like, anytime your mum would pick us up anywhere, there's always Planet Rock on the radio.
Yeah. And still to this day, I mean, obviously, pandemic, I've not been in my parents' car because I can't legally do that for like a very long time. But still to this day, when we go in the car, Planet Rock's like the first thing to get switched on.
Yeah, true.
And so it's one of these ones. It's also a kind of goal for me, me is like with anything to do with to get on Planet Rock would be like that'd be really cool. So I have contacted Wyatt a few times. There's a submit your music for his new music show. It's a wee bit ambitious.
It never hurts though.
Yeah, but hopefully one day you'll see he'll get it and he'll be like, oh, okay, you guys are fine, yeah, we'll get you on. We just need to write slightly rockier songs for
story of our life.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so we're back again. We realised the camera died, so
Cameron, who is your biggest inspiration?
Okay, so it probably has to be, I think, a constant throughout my musical career has to be Slash.
Oh really? I wouldn't have thought of that. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, we didn't say that 5 minutes ago when the camera wasn't on, but it's fine. So yeah, no, I've had lots of varying. I'm very varied with what I like musically, but I've always, I've seen Slash like 4 times. He's one of the only people I've seen multiple times, and I literally will see him every time he comes to Scotland. So yeah, he's just, and I know he was a bit of a nutter when he was like young. He like obviously had loads of issues with drugs and stuff, but now that he's cleaned out since like 2000 or whatever, he's just turned into such a nice guy. He's really humble, he's really polite, he reads, and he's just a generally nice dude, as far as I can see. I've never met him, but on interviews he always seems really I've seen him on lots of interviews with like relatively small like music blogs and stuff, not even small, but just like he doesn't ever think of himself as too good for anything. Yeah. I like.
He also has one of the best looks as a rocker ever.
Oh yeah, he is the coolest guy. And then like with the whole in fact like so he's like Gibson World Ambassador or something. Like he's single-handedly keeping an entire brand of guitars alive. I just think is incredible. But yeah, so that's really it. Don't think I have really more to add.
That is the end of our third and our fifth video in this series.
Yeah, delete is appropriate.
Again, yeah. Stealing my joke just because we cut it last time. Rude. But yeah, thank you for talking to us, Cameron. And,
no worries.
Hopefully see you at a live gig soon.
Yeah, hopefully before 2023.